times in a row. Last year, got to the Sweet 16 before getting bounced out by a magical NC State team that ended up going on to the Final Four. Starting lineups and the opening tip coming up next for New Mexico and Marquette. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Smiles are powerful. A simple smile can light up a whole room. And for 25 years, Smile Train has been lighting up the world with smiles. And each smile marks a step towards a brighter future. As the world's largest cleft lip and palate charity, Smile Train has supported more than 2 million life-changing cleft surgeries in over 90 countries, leaving a legacy of resilience, joy, and beaming smiles for generations of children. To learn more about cleft lips and palates and how Smile Train is supporting the cleft community all over the world, please visit smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, lighting up the world with smiles for 25 years.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Cynthia and Ed.
My mother was always very active and independent, and she was familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, out of the blue, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn or just stay at the stop sign. She wasn't even really sure where she was at. She was very concerned. It was very unsettling for her.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it, to bring the family in on it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
We're back in Cleveland for the 7-10 game in the South region between Marquette and New Mexico. And the Lobos head coach Richard Pitino thinks that this game could be a special one, especially with the two great guards we talked about in the open.
Cam Jones is phenomenal, and Donovan's phenomenal, but I think it's could be a fun game. You know, probably not fun for the coaches, but for the fans, I think. But yeah, I mean, I think it's two styles that could be, you know, sometimes you get some clunkers. I don't think this one will be that.
And Richard, the 42-year-old son of Hall of Famer Rick Pitino, who's still alive in this tournament with St. John's, brings us to the keys to the game, sponsored by Realtors. Buying a home can be a lot, but with the ethical expertise of a realtor, you don't have to do it alone. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. All right, John Crispin, let's start with New Mexico.
I'm going to start with New Mexico, but in so many ways, because of the similar styles, these are universal keys. The first key is find the game. And what I mean by that is you've got to be patient and identify the options and the counters that you have to be able to play the game the way you want. That means, how do you get inside the paint? How are they defending our ball screens? What options and counters do we have based on that coverage? So the first 5 minutes, there needs to be patience in order for you to identify options and find the game. Your playmakers are going to be what allows you to win this game. So you've got to be patient in figuring out those spots. Then defensively, you have to be willing to win your battle, contain the basketball, force the toughest shots possible. These are both playmaking teams that want to create a little rhythm by making tough plays and making tough shots. Whatever team can contain the basketball, force the toughest shots, they're likely going to win.
I'm still going to go to Marquette, though, because a big man by the name of Ejiofor gave them a major problem in the semifinals at Madison Square Garden for St. John's. Does that size, two men 6'9", that are playing for this New Mexico team, give Marquette a problem?
I think it certainly can. Nelly Jr. Joseph is the kind of guy that can really make things difficult. He's a high motor guy, and we saw that earlier today. What a high motor does, it can completely change the game. That could be a problem, but you've got to be able to make your deficiency your strength. And I do think Marquette can do that.
Let's check the starting lineups for this one, sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com. Get ready for the workday. For the Lobos of New Mexico, 26 wins on the season. The lineup looks this way. Nelly Jr. Joseph, we were just talking about, a senior out of Benin, Nigeria, 14 points and 11 rebounds per game. He averages a double-double in the middle. He actually has two other guys in the middle with him that play with great size. Philip Boro-Vichanen, sophomore out of Belgrade, Serbia, and Mustafa Amsil, a senior out of Helsinki, Finland. Amsil at 6'9", 215, averages 11 points per game. True Washington, a sophomore from Phoenix, 11 points per game. And Donovan Dent, the junior out of Riverside, averages 20 points and 6 assists. For Richard Pitino, now in his fourth season, winner of 246 games in his coaching career. Marquette, 23 wins on the season, looks this way. Chase Ross, a junior out of Dallas, Texas. Stevie Mitchell, senior from Reading, Pennsylvania, averages 11 points, and he is a steelmonger. Ben Gold, junior out of Wellington, New Zealand, 6'11", 235. David Joplin playing yet again, 139th career game at Marquette. Senior 6'8", 225 out of Milwaukee. And the do-it-all man with the ball in his hands, Cam Jones, senior out of Memphis, Tennessee, averaging 19 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 6 assists. For Shaka Smart, now in his fourth season, he has taken Marquette to the NCAAs all 3 years since taking over the top job. Lobos of New Mexico are wearing the road red with the white numerals and lettering and light gray trim. Marquette, one of the most unique uniform combinations, and several of them in all of college basketball, going with the home whites today with the navy blue lettering and trim. And the other trim is gold and light blue. The officials, Don Daly, Randy Richardson, and Rick Crawford. Time for the opening tip, sponsored by AutoZone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? They offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. They've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. The tip controlled by New Mexico, going from our left to our right. We are underway here in the 7-10 game in the South region. Donovan Dent with the ball in his hands. Comes near side to Boro-Vichanen. He's got it along the outside. He'll try a three. It's off the back iron, no good. And the rebound tapped out of bounds, going back the other way.
I really appreciate how you set this game up and got detailed with the Marquette uniforms, because I've never really looked at them as much as I did when you just described it.
This is what I do. Stevie Mitchell with the basketball in his hands, carrying it across half court. Cam Jones was off the ball for a moment, but it won't happen a lot. The left-hander now has it in between the circles. Head of the circle. Shuffles back behind for Chase Ross. Come back near side for Joplin. Joplin likes taking the first shot of the game. He's going to drive into the lane. Spins, nothing there. Back to Ross. 5 left to shoot. Left to the top of the circle. Ross driving. Got tripped up. Hit the ground. Probably should have been called for a travel, but it's going to be a held ball, and with 0.6 of a second left on the clock, Marquette is going to inbound.
It's actually a good held ball, because it's going to be a real tough one with 0.6, and you get the possession arrow back because of the held ball.
So Marquette really has to inbound here and basically tap.
Catch and fire, at least.
No time to set those feet, though. Mitchell on the inbound, baseline far side. Gets it in. It's tapped over the end line and out of bounds. And there's 0.1 of a second left. Now, nothing can happen for Marquette as they inbound the basketball.
That clock stopped early, too. That clock shouldn't stop until the ball hits out of bounds.
There's the inbound. And a shot clock violation, which was a foregone conclusion as they were inbounding the ball, because at least according to math, nothing can happen in 0.1 of a second. Some three-quarter court pressure from the Golden Eagles as the Lobos break it. Here's Dent. Right side foul line extended. Shovels off to the far side for Washington. True Washington's 15-footer is no good. Rebound ripped down by Amsil. And inside, he is fouled by Stevie Mitchell as he tried to put it back up.
To your point earlier, that's already been an issue, trying to keep guys off the offensive glass. And what you tend to do when you're the smaller team is, instead of blocking out like you're taught in basketball, you pass block like a football lineman. You turn and face, pass block, try to keep guys out, but it's going to be tough all night.
Dent keys the inbound for New Mexico. Gets it into Washington. Shot fake from the corner. Now driving in right baseline. He lays it home for the game's first points.
Mexico's had good success already in getting good looks every time down floor, particularly offensive rebounding opportunities.
Jones, a jump stop in the lane for Marquette. Back out to Joplin, head of the circle. Goes back behind for Jones. Wanted a cutter, not there. Now Cam Jones takes the right-hand dribble into the lane, throws to the corner. Gold fires a three from the right, and it's good for Marquette. 3-2 Golden Eagles on top here early.
But it all comes down to what Cam Jones is able to do in terms of creating attention, bringing two guys his way and finding the open man and trusting teammates to make a shot.
And now we're going to get a foul off the ball as Nelly Jr. Joseph gets called for a moving screen. That was all the way out near the half-court stripe, trying to free up Donovan Dent. First foul on both Junior Joseph and on the Lobos. Turnover sends it back to Marquette.
And if I'm Marquette, I'm going right at Nelly Jr. Joseph. To get him off the floor would be huge given the size advantage New Mexico holds right now.
Jones takes it across half court with the left-hand dribble. Junior Joseph picks him up. He shuffles back behind for Gold, and now back to Cam Jones once again. On a drive down left of the lane, he threw a bounce pass to a non-cutter. Chase Ross was cutting toward the basket and then faded back toward the corner after Jones released the ball. It went straight out of bounds and a Marquette turnover.
But a bit of vulnerability there with the switching defense for New Mexico. You had Junior Joseph covering Cam Jones.
Now you got Gold covering Junior Joseph, but he goes cross-court to Washington. Drop it down to Amsiel. Amsiel throws through far corner. Three-pointer is up, and it's good for Borovichinen. Filip Borovichinen hits only 30% of his threes, but he puts the Lobos up 5-3 here, 2.5 minutes in. Gold on a drive in the right baseline. Back out to Joplin. Joplin driving, picks up right baseline, wrap around and a pretty pass, but Gold missed from underneath on a reverse lay-in. And the Lobos come down with a rebound. Borovichinen, head of the circle. Back behind for Amsiel. And now into the hands of Washington. Washington, right side foul line extended. With the dribble, driving through the lane. Shot up, no good. A wild shot, and Gold. An easy rebound for Marquette.
The simple rule should be Donovan Dent has to touch the ball nearly every time down floor.
Like Cam Jones does, and his floater in the lane is no good. Borovichinen down with the rebound for New Mexico. Lobos lead at 5-3. Now a bounce pass in the forecourt, attacking the basket on our right of the Lobos. They send back out to Dent. Dent shovels it back inside. Junior Joseph, who finds the back of the rim and a soft rim. It falls through for him. 7-3 New Mexico.
That was good defense, but you just don't have the size to contest at the rim.
Mitchell got caught in no man's land in the lane, throws back behind to Joplin. Joplin shovel off for Gold to the left corner, and now back behind for Mitchell. Long three ball is around and no good. Junior Joseph clears the glass away for New Mexico. 4-point lead and the ball for the Lobos. Amsiel down on the left block. Going to work. Lost the handle on the ball and lost it out of bounds. He thought he was getting a foul call. The officials swallow the whistle. And it's going to go back to Marquette when we come back. A timeout on the court sponsored by Rocket. Own the dream. 15:57 to go first half of play. It's New Mexico 7, Marquette 3. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Science is not an opinion. People come before pipelines. It's not too late to act on climate. No one is above the law. At Earth Justice, we hold these beliefs to be self-evident. As a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment, we are 150-plus lawyers representing clients free of charge because now, more than ever, the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. We win for scientists so they can serve at the EPA. We win at the Supreme Court because clean water is for everyone. We win against fossil fuel plants so communities can breathe freely. If you believe what we believe, then help us fight the good fight and help us keep winning by going to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
Mom, Dad,
Before you throw out those unused medicines, just think for a minute.
Grandma, Grandpa, all you guys take meds. That's why you gotta dispose of your old pills correctly.
Those pills for your back pain or migraines.
When you throw them in the trash, those medicines can become lethal in the wrong hands. Our hands. You may be finished with that medicine,
but those pills are making me real popular at school.
My brother James could think they're candy. Our dog loves to get in the garbage, and those meds can make him sick or worse. So stop. There are better ways to dispose of your unused meds.
There are lots of police stations. local pharmacies, and hospitals that are approved to take in unused meds and dispose of them safely.
Disposal sites are close by.
It's easy, and it's the right thing to do. For us. The ones you love.
To find a medicine disposal site near you, visit www.safe.pharmacy. A public service message from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy.
Let's check each team's tournament resume, sponsored by Monster.com. Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search, make your next career move. Monster.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today. Marquette started their season 18-3. 5-7, though, in the last 12 games heading in to making a fourth NCAA tournament appearance since 2006, second most among Big E schools after Villanova's 15. The other side, the Lobos of New Mexico, well, they were the Mountain West regular season champs and the number one seed in the tournament. They got knocked out in the semifinals by Boise State, but their 26 wins on the season, good enough to get them in as an at-large team. And right now they've got a 7-3 lead just over 4 minutes in here in Cleveland over Marquette.
Marquette's got the basketball. They're going against a New Mexico defense that's been switching everything. And at some point, you've got Junior Joseph on the floor with his first foul. If he's going to switch off on Cam Jones, they have to work in terms of Marquette. Work to create space and just let Cam Jones play against Junior Joseph with that one foul.
2 stars. Cam Jones hasn't scored yet. Donovan Dent hasn't shot yet. Here's Joplin down on the left block. Spinning move, shot up, no good, but he got a shove from C.J. Nolan on the shot. That's going to send David Joplin to the line for Marquette to shoot 2. Scott Graham, John Crispin here at our Granger broadcast position in Cleveland. For the ones who get it done, there's Granger, offering professional-grade products for all industries. Fast delivery, free technical support. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. As we said, David Joplin, 139 games now, the most in Marquette history. His first one is no good. That's from an 82% shooter. He had a struggle in that quarter, make that semifinal loss to St. John's, going 3 for 12 from the floor. St. John's found momentum in the second half and ran away from Marquette in that second half at Madison Square Garden. Second one's up and good. 7-4. Lobos on top.
Well, extended pressure here from Marquette. Kind of more of a token pressure, but they're going to have to be able to get back after they trap at half court.
Obsio breaks that trapping pressure. One touch for Dent, now to the far side. Dent gets it back and feeds the post. Here's Junior Joseph to the left side of the block. Shot fake not once but twice, up and under. And he got it around Gold and got it to go. 4 points now for Nelly Junior Joseph.
Junior Joseph looked like he was going to travel at some point on that left block. Took the extra step out of the pivot. Good finish.
Perimeter passing for the Golden Eagles. Joplin into the lane. Has his pocket pick. It's both free. Here comes Dent. Dent Euro stepping in the lane. His shot is up and good. And it's an 11-4 run for New Mexico to start the ball game. Just over 5 minutes in, and Marquette trying to find their footing offensively. That's back in the sure hands of Jones. He spins into the lane. Shot good. A scoop right around Dent. He's got a size advantage over Dent. When they're one-on-one, he's going to try to take him in.
Well, that's what you got to do against a switching defense. You got to find a matchup you like. You got to see the space that it gives you, and then you've got to be able to attack and win your battle.
Dent comes near side. A 3 from Nolan, then he nails it from 22 feet away. Hot shooting for New Mexico. 4 of their last 4 and an 8-point lead for the Lobos. Jones back the other way, thought about going to the basket. Junior Joseph said, not this time. And they back it out again.
Right on Junior Joseph. You got to attack if you're Cam Jones.
That's what he's doing. Pulls up, kicks back. Joplin from the top. A 3, and he got it. David Joplin hits just 31%, but he has never been shy about shooting the ball. 14-9 now. Marquette back within 5. Dent into the forecourt. He's picked up there by Stevie Mitchell, probably the best on-ball defender for Marquette. But Dent blows right by him into the lane, and the floater is good.
Now that is just so smooth. The patience he shows waiting for the defense to move. Incredible.
Back the other way. Chase Ross penetrates deep, kicks back out. Gold, the 3. He got it from the top. That's his second three-pointer in the early going. Right now, nobody can miss. It's 16-12. New Mexico on top.
Gold can hit some threes and extend that defense out even further. It negates the size advantage, at least on the defensive end for New Mexico.
The last 8 shots have been raised up and gone in. 5 for New Mexico, 3 for Marquette. Junior Joseph down low, and there's your miss as he was knocked off his spot by Chase Ross. Marquette the rebound, and now they come into the forecourt. Gold shovels back behind for Jones, and now Joplin up on the head of the circle. Finds Jones just to the left. Working on Borovichinin. His shot over him from three-point range, no good. Tip follow for Joplin won't go, and Joplin can't get a handle on that rebound as it rolls off his leg and out of bounds.
Really good start for New Mexico, and it feels as if Marquette has started to find the game. They found it with a few made shots, but some of the dribble weave action has brought the defense out. It's created some driving lane opportunities and then kickouts for open threes.
Royce Parham, the freshman, comes into the ball game along with Zave Lowry, the sophomore for Marquette. As Gold and Stevie Mitchell will take a seat. 16-12, New Mexico on top. 12:33 to go first half. On the outside, it is Washington bouncing to the corner. Right side three is good. That's the second one for C.J. Nolan. Back out to a 7-point lead now for New Mexico. The ball nearly taken away from Lowry. Marquette keeps it. They get it to Jones. His three-pointer from the left wing, no good. And the rebound down, picked off the floor by True Washington. New Mexico hurries it ahead as Marquette gets back all 5 of them quickly. Crossing the 12-minute mark left in the half as Dent goes to work on Joplin. And Joplin held to keep Dent from getting that first step. He's going to get called for the personal.
Dent plays this game like he's maybe a rookie or second-year guy in the NBA. He plays at his own speed. He's going to be tough to contain for Marquette.
Time out on the floor with 11:59 left here first half. It is New Mexico 19, Marquette 12. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doop doop, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better are member-only doorbuster deals. Right now, rewards members can save $40 on an Allen & Roth Chesler Gold faucet. Was $99, now $59. Plus, save $110 on a Cobalt 40-volt battery trimmer and blower combo kit. Was $279, now $169. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/24 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
You know what I love about spring? It's a season of change, and that means it's time for a closet refresh. Enter Kohl's. With the extra 15% off they have going on, I saved on the latest styles for my entire family, like a cute dress for myself, linen shorts for my husband, and spring jackets for my kids. Just add sunshine and we're set. All thanks to Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. 15% offer ends March 23rd. See store at Kohl's.com for details.
Spruce is a new weed and grass killer with 9 simple yet effective ingredients that are safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spruce works differently by dehydrating the weed down to the roots. 11:59 to go here in the first, 19-12. New Mexico on top of Marquette. Whiteboard being held up in the Marquette huddle says deflections 4. That is something that Shaka Smart stresses. He wants 32 of them in a game. And right now, his defense is not keeping up that pace.
No, I think part of the challenge is having to defend the initial surge. And the initial surge comes from having 3 to 4 guys on the floor that are looking to beat your man off the bounce. That's a great challenge. You get back on defense, you think get set, and then force a reset from the offense. But New Mexico doesn't stop. And then once the ball comes back out and Donovan Dent gets the ball back, he's as dangerous as anybody I've seen in the NCAA tournament so far, and does it very calmly, like a very experienced veteran.
That's the 14th player in NCAA history with 600 points and 200 assists in a regular season. Big part of why he was the Mountain West Player of the Year this year. And he's had a big part of what's gone on so far. 4 points, but also just complete smooth operator on the outside.
Yes, sir.
He's got the ball right now, driving on Lowry, takes him to the foul line, takes him left of the lane, jumper up short. Joplin uncontested for the rebound for Marquette. Big man trots it across half court. With his team down by 7. Joplin driving right baseline into traffic, has it wrestled away from him by True Washington, and it goes over the end line. They say it last touch Joplin. It's going back the other way.
New Mexico's defense has been really good. While they're switching, they're also doing a good job of keeping an eye on the basketball and corralling the basketball when it gets into a dangerous spot like the block area.
Dent trots it across half court, shovels back behind for Noland, and now one touch for Washington. They find Dent, give and go pass for Washington, knocked over the end line by Marquette and Chase Ross. Later on, we'll select the play of the day, sponsored by Old Spice. Stinking places beyond your pits? Old Spice has you covered with total body deodorant, 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use. The inbound for New Mexico from the baseline far side. It's for Noland. He wants a 3. That shot no good. Big time rebound up and over the top. And now trying to go back up with the ball, but getting stuffed by the rim was Atiki Aliatiki. He actually jumped straight into the rim with the basketball, and Marquette gets it back. Jones, top of the key, pulls up at the foul line, shovels back behind, and a three-pointer is no good for Lowry. Uncontested rebound for Aliatiki. Washington crosses over with the dribble for New Mexico. Throws through to the corner. Nolan wanted another 3, but now drives. His running shot tickles the rim and falls away. Tipped rebound controlled by Marquette. Zay Lowry looking for numbers coming back, but they don't have them. Instead, gets it to Gold. Gold shovels for Lowry. And now Cam Jones, far side of the floor. Jones with a left-hand dribble. Finds Gold. Wants another 3. His shot is up and good. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc for Ben Gold, the junior out of New Zealand. And it's a 19-15 game. New Mexico by 4.
Good pick and pop action, but the frustrating thing for Richard Pitino is when you switch, that shouldn't be an option for Marquette.
Shaka Smart down on a defensive stance on the sideline, trying to help his team out. And Dent coming around his screen ultimately gets held on his way into the lane. It's going to be a foul call on Royce Parham, the freshman.
Dent does such a good job of understanding where the gaps are. He just puts his body into the gap, forces his way through. The only thing you can do at that point is foul.
That's Parham's first, and Marquette's team foul number 3. Joplin will come back in, and the freshman will take a seat as New Mexico prepares to inbound from the baseline. 10-10 left first half, 19-15, New Mexico on top. They are the 10 seed facing the 7 seed, Marquette, here in the South region.
Marquette's going to have to stay in this game with shot making, and it's got to come from all 5 on the floor.
The inbound and to the hands of Onseal. It's knocked away from him over the end line. It's going to be another foul. And this time, I believe it's on Lowry. Yep, Zay Lowry picks up the personal. His first, team's 4th. New Mexico is really putting pressure on this Marquette defense. Onseal, right side foul line extended, shovels back to Junior Joseph. And now into the hands of Donovan Dent. Driving, pulls up, right side of the key. Shot no good. Another rebound for Ben Gold, who shovels back behind. And now Marquette slides it across. Here's Joplin. Kicking left corner, nothing there. Ross steps around the screen and a 3. Got it! Left to the top of the circle. Chase Ross drills the 3 ball. Marquette back within 1. 19-18, and Dent lost the handle right in front of Shaka Smart. Maybe he is the 6th defender. There's a turnover for Dent, who's going to take a seat. And Marquette going to try to continue this 6-0 run and take the lead now with 9:31 left here in the half.
Probably good to get Dent out. He's been in the entire game. He needs a little break. Got a little lackadaisical with the basketball there.
The inbound to Cam Jones being fought hand-to-hand by True Washington. And Jones carries it across half court, right on the March Madness logo. Now big-time explosive drive and the running left-hand shot. No good. Tapped rebound. Joplin couldn't control it. Jones did. Up top for Gold. Another three. This one is no good. His first miss of the night. And Washington clears the glass for New Mexico. Lobos bring it up. Dotson now in the ball game. Right side of the top of the circle. He has the ball plucked free, but it falls into the hands of Washington. Dropping it down for Amsil. 18 from the hoop on the right side. Back out to Washington. Foul line extended right side. He drives and goes right over the top of Gold for two.
Kind of wondering where the offense was going to come. It was a bad play. Nothing really happening, but Washington with a tough finish in the rim.
21-18, New Mexico on top. Here's Joplin throwing back behind to Gold. Gold shovels back to Joplin. Beyond the arc on the left side. He throws to the top. Here's Ross. Ross crossover with the dribble, take to the lane, the left-handed shot, no good, and the rebound comes down to Borovichinin. 3-point lead in the ball for New Mexico. Washington, a bouncer into the lane. Junior Joseph backing up, shot up, no good, and Gold, another rebound. He has been very active on the glass. Gets it to Cam Jones, and they leave a space for Jones. He was about to go straight down the lane, but Amsil threw a leg in his way, and he gets called for the block. Fans, you can listen to every minute of the NCAA men's tournament on Alexa. Just ask your device to open Westwood One Sports. You'll be able to select the game you want to hear or get access to our March Madness Mix channel.
It was a good foul by Amsil. I mean, he knew he was outmatched. There was nobody behind him. Best thing you can do is just stop the play, get your defense set.
22 on the timer for Marquette. Stevie Mitchell back in the game. Keys the inbound from the near side baseline. They set it up for Ross, but he's covered, and now they throw it away. Ross tried to dive down the lane. It was covered. He popped out, and Mitchell just threw the pass over his head and out of bounds.
Also good ball pressure on the passer. I think we've seen a little bit of both all day, where some people put pressure on the ball, others have just dropped off, trying to play 5-on-4, but that ball pressure really negated any pass inside.
And that rest period for Donovan Dent was a short one. He's back in the ball game now. Borovichinin on the outside.
You get him for offense, and next thing gets coming is the under 8 timeout.
Amsil shovels for Dent. Top of the key, driving into the lane. His layup is no good. He missed it, and the rebound tapped around, controlled by none other than Dent. They go to the corner. Amsil for three on the left side. It's an air ball. Junior Joseph caught it out of the air, and he is fouled by David Joplin as he goes back up hard to the rim.
And Richard Petito is trying to tell Donovan Dent, calm down. You got a great look. That's why you're out there. Come take a rest. Under 8 timeout.
New Mexico won for their last 9 from the floor. We've got a timeout on the floor. Free throws coming for the Lobos when we come back. It's New Mexico 21, Marquette 18. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. N45 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your life,
Your goals, your legacy. With a dedicated Fidelity advisor, it's all part of a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
Brad Heller back in our Westwood One studios. Let's check the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by GoodRx. Check GoodRx for simple, smart savings on weight loss medications and other prescriptions at GoodRx.com. Walter Clayton Jr., 16 points. Florida hammering Norfolk State at the half, 53-32. Meanwhile, Kentucky and Troy and the Wildcats up 25-23 under 4 minutes to go. First half in Milwaukee. Meanwhile, Arizona 9-2. The Wildcats starting fast against Akron in Seattle. Westwood One Sports, the app, will give you all those games live. Let's get you back to Cleveland now. Scott Graham and John Crispin.
We've got 7:33 left to go here in Cleveland in this first half. And the New Mexico Lobos, who started out shooting it hot, have gone cold. They are 1 for their last 9. Marquette inching back into this game. It's 21-19 New Mexico. And Nelly Jr. Joseph will go to the line for the Lobos now to try to extend that 3-point lead.
Got the feeling as if New Mexico took their foot off the gas for a minute, and it happened at a time when Marquette was hitting some shots.
First one is on the way, and it's good. Later on, we'll select the Smart Coaching Move of the Day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Junior Joseph nails the second. 5-point lead for New Mexico. Just over 7.5 left to go here in this first half of play. And Marquette has just not found any kind of consistent offensive rhythm. That's a great look inside, and on the feed from Jones, Demarius Owens had his shot blocked, but he was fouled on the way up. And the freshman, who I believe is celebrating his 20th birthday today, is now going to the line.
That felt like an anticipated whistle, right? The play at the rim, a little bit of contact, but we heard the ball on backboard contact from our courtside seats.
Owens, before the free throw that he just missed, was 20 for 22 from the line this year.
See, if I let you say that beforehand, then that would have been your fault on that miss.
I try not to do that.
Yep.
I help whatever way I can. Second one's no good.
All right, that qualifies.
7:18 to go, and now we'll have 2 missed free throws. An opportunity for the Lobos to try to grab some momentum back. Borovic feeds the post, then gets it back again on the right corner. Trying to drive, cut off there by Gold. Back out to Junior Joseph. They reverse the basketball for Washington. Coming back to the near side, a pass is picked off as it went through the lane. Good, quick hands by the freshman Parham. And a foul call is going to be on Borovic, who tried to stop Marquette from breaking with the basketball.
Ansel was on the left block, and he tries to make a cross-court, one-handed, at chest level pass to the opposite wing, and that's never going to get through. It's got to be above the head skip pass or dribble to a passing lane. Marquette's going to pick that off, and if not for the foul, they could be off to the races.
It's Borovic first. Both teams with 5 fouls here in the first half. Jones driving along the inside, spinning, left-handed shot off the glass, no good. From in close, a true Washington gets the rebound for New Mexico. Into the forecourt they come. Milicevic is now checking the ball game as well. Dent to the foul line. Throws through far side. Three-pointer is up, and it's good for Borovic. And suddenly back to an 8-point lead now for New Mexico.
Borovic does a great job playing with Donovan Dent and getting to open spots, trusting he'll get the ball.
Marquette trying to cut into the 7-0 New Mexico run. Jones, left elbow, throws through far side. It's Owens, the 3. Freshman missed from the right corner, and the rebound tapped out of bounds off Gold. It's going back the other way.
Borovic is going to make open threes. He's going to live in those corners because Donovan Dent has the ability to get where he wants with the basketball, but also does so with a certain gravity that just brings defenders with him. He is a high-level, I don't know, what facilitator, initiator, playmaker, game manager. He's got a lot of poise to be able to do it all.
You know, if there was a play-by-play guys union, Borovichinen and Milicevic would not be allowed in the game at the same time.
They need nicknames.
We have to unionize. Here's Dent. Bounces it to Milicevic. He wants a three. That shot is too strong off the back iron. Long tip rebound comes out to Trey Norman now in the game for Marquette, and they're looking to run. Stevie Mitchell stopped under the basket with a jump stop, wanted to lay it up and in, and ultimately got his shot blocked. But there's going to be a foul call on Nelly Jr. Joseph. New Mexico fans don't like the call.
They don't like the call, but that is as much. How close it is, it doesn't matter. That's on Junior Joseph to know you've got one foul and you can't put yourself in that situation.
So Stevie Mitchell, senior out of Reading, Pennsylvania. First free throw is no good. March Madness is coming to a court near you. Experience it live as the nation's best college basketball teams compete for a chance to cut down the nets. Secure your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. Marquette shoots 72% for the year, but free throws really hurt them in that semifinal game at the Garden against St. John's as Mitchell rolls that one around the rim and in. They are 1 for their last 4. That breaks the 7-0 run, and at the 5.5 mark, it's 26-19 New Mexico. Washington right at the top of the circle. 3 men converge on him. Back out to Dent, who's been quiet of late. Now he goes back to work, driving into the lane. His shot is up, no good. Gold got the rebound, but he pushed off to get it. Going to get called for the foul.
I felt like Dent got fouled on that play, too. Really, Junior Joseph just going after the offensive rebound, got a little shove.
C.J. Nolan checks back in for New Mexico, and True Washington will take a seat. That is that should have been the 15th foul on Marquette. Or the 6th, I should say, but it's still, there it is. There it is. Team foul number 6. Next one will have New Mexico shooting. Off the inbound. Dent goes to work on Gold, head of the circle. Throws off for Milicevic, far side, and his pass is intercepted as Marquette walks away with a Trey Norman steal. Jones driving into the lane, finds Gold up top for 3. His shot too strong, but a long rebound for Jones, and he is just pummeled from the back by Milicevic. And there's an arm bar in the back that sent Cam Jones sprawling. And Milicevic picks up the 7th team foul for New Mexico. So both teams will now be shooting the rest of the way.
On the three-point shot from the top of the key, Milicevic and Junior Joseph went for the contest. They took themselves out of the play and it came right to Cam Jones.
Cam Jones, all Big East first team this year. Not a surprise?
No.
First free throw is good.
I've been most impressed with his ability to kind of adapt his game this year. Playing with Tyler Kolek, it's a completely different role, and he's had to become playmaker, initiator, facilitator, but also game manager.
He's been on the ball all year, and he hits on his second. 26-21, New Mexico by 5. 4:50 to go first half as Donovan Dent brings it across half court. Hesitation dribble now to the top of the key. Takes it down left side on Mitchell. Nothing there, and he traveled. When he picked up and hit his spot, according to the official, he dragged that pivot foot.
Now, if I'm Richard Pitino, I'm making sure that Donovan Dent is getting hand-checking calls 30 feet from the basket. I think that's really limiting his abilities. He's getting an angle, and then the 2 hands on the body are taking him off.
Marquette is 0 for their last 6, 2 for 11. And they don't have a field goal in 5 minutes now, and yet they are still within shouting distance of 5, and they've got the basketball. Cam Jones with the dribble up top, finds Gold, another 3 from the right side. That one is no good. He made his first 2 and has missed his next 3, but the rebound tapped out of bounds off the head of New Mexico. Marquette will keep it. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Alongside John Crispin, Scott Graham here in Cleveland. Couple of substitutions now as True Washington checks back into the ball game. Off the inbound, a steal for New Mexico. C.J. Nolan came up with it. Ahead to Dent, who drives his shot. No good, but Gold is going to be called for the foul.
Donovan Dent, he's kind of kicking himself because he's had a few missed opportunities at the rim, but you get a sense that at any point he could really turn it on. He's getting where he wants to go. He's getting out in transition. He's getting matchups he likes. He'll start to pick this defense apart if they allow it.
78% shooter, hits the first. That is foul number 2 on Ben Gold, so he'll take a seat. And Royce Parham comes on to replace him.
Donovan Dent's played 14 minutes already, and I still haven't seen a drop of sweat off of him.
Cool customer. Next one is good. He drills it. Puts his team back up 7, 28-21. 4:20 to go in the first half. A drive for Parham to the right baseline for Marquette. Up and under, throws through to the near side. Driving is Mitchell. His shot is up. No good. Rebound down. Taken off the floor by Dent, who got there before Parham. Now a chance to expand the 7-point lead for the Lobos. Dent working on Jones. Now comes back near side. Borovicinen with the dribble. And he shovels back to Dent now. Half court, 10 on the timer. Dent directing some traffic. Now he's going to go to work. Right side of the lane. Pulls up for the jumper. Wild shot. No good. Only caught glass. And the rebound down to Joplin for Marquette.
Well, Dent didn't want the ball screen. He had to wave the ball screen off, and it threw the rhythm off of the offense.
Jones goes to work in the lane. Throws for Joplin up top. Joplin thought about the 3. Now he'll drive into the lane. And he is fouled on his way down the lane. And I believe that is on Borovicinen. That's so. That's going to be his second. And it also brings us to a timeout on the floor. 3 minutes, 23 seconds to go here. First half of play. Offense hard to come by in half number 1. It's New Mexico 28, Marquette 21. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Let's check the schedule of tournament games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by the 2027 X15 engine from Cummins, featuring better fuel efficiency, immense power, and backed by 25-plus years of experience. The 2027 X15 is built to rise above the challenges of tomorrow. The X15, forever rising. We've already had Alabama and St. Mary's win here today. Still to come, one more game tonight in Cleveland. Number 15 seed in the South, Bryant, against the 2 seed in Michigan State. John's conversation with the Hall of Famer Tom Izzo is coming up at halftime.
How good is that, too? Talking to Coach Izzo.
He's a blast.
I have a lot of history with him, having played against him, but the perception I had of him as a player, an opposing player, versus the man I've gotten to know today it's pretty awesome, actually.
He's somebody who, once you've spoken to him for a while, you like him immediately.
When you understand what he puts into his team and his personnel and the people within that program, you love him even more.
David Joplin hits his first free throw. The senior will have one more try. All Big East third-team player this year for the senior from Milwaukee. Started every game this year, averages about 32 minutes on the floor. His next one is up, and it's good. That's good news for Marquette that they are still right now within 5 at 28-23 because they haven't made a field goal since the 9:41 mark, a three-pointer by Chase Ross.
I think a big part of that is the switching defense for New Mexico. It really just takes rhythm out of it. You've got to be willing to attack the first best matchup that you find.
Donovan Dent driving on Mitchell as the ball stripped away. No foul call on the play. Now the ball's still loose on the floor. Nobody wants it. Hot potato over the end line, and New Mexico comes up with it. That play happened on the right block. The ball went through to the left side. It touched minimally 8 hands before rolling out of bounds with nobody able to control it.
If I'm Donovan Dent, I'm having a pleasant conversation. Maybe remind the officials, probably the best player on the floor at some point. The contact needs to be called.
Now, Richard Pitino just had a not-so-pleasant conversation with one of the officials, and now off the inbound, a steal for Marquette. And the layup is good. Zane Lowry running the floor with the steal and the lay-in to get Marquette within 3. Their first field goal in 6 minutes and 45 seconds.
Out of bounds underneath. If you can take passes to the corner and the block away, they have to throw over the top, and that's where the steal came.
Marquette wants some momentum before halftime. Here's Washington driving in the lane. Shot up and good. 2 Marquette bodies hit the floor. Washington, good body control, got the lay-in. 30-25, New Mexico on top. Here's Mitchell. Working right side for Marquette, right in front of the New Mexico bench. Crossover with the dribble, taken to the lane, dish it off. Parham, shot blocked right in his face by Junior Joseph. And now they slide it ahead for Dent. Driving left-handed layup is good. New Mexico is up 7.
About as smooth a finish as you'll see.
Coming up on 2 minutes left in the half, and an answer from New Mexico. Driving, Jones throws for Parham. Three-pointer for the freshman, right side, no good. Long rebound, covered up by Ross. Throws to Parham, who jams it home. Maybe that's where you belong, inside, son. And a quick timeout called for by Pitino. The use it or lose it timeout with his team holding a 5-point lead at the 1:51 mark. We welcome those of you just joining us across our network. It has been back and forth. New Mexico's defense has held Marquette down. It's 32-27. New Mexico on top as the number 10 seed in the South leads the number 7 seed.
New Mexico has given up some easy baskets by gambling, whether it's sending both bigs to the three-point line and leaking out or going for a loose ball and giving up numbers on the offensive end. But I got to say, I've really been impressed. First time I've seen Donovan Dent in person. You know, watching him on TV, watching clips is one thing, but when you see the fluidity of his movement, the shot he just made in transition, up in the air, changing hands, finishing high, he's a remarkable player.
So we've got a timeout on the floor with 1:51 to go till halftime. New Mexico 32, Marquette 27. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Download the brand new Westwood One Sports app and catch every minute of the men's and women's NCAA tournament anytime, anywhere. Don't be left out. Get the Westwood One Sports app today. Gave it a test drive yesterday. It is a welcome addition to the Westwood One family.
How about the fact, I mean, give credit to whoever puts this stuff together and can pull it off on the first day of, I mean, how many games are played, and that thing is up and running. My family's got it rolling in the house, mainly so my 4, 3, and 1-year-old can hear Dad's voice. But it's working. It's good.
They're responding, you've been told?
Yeah, but they don't respond by much. They say like things like "Daddy" and stuff like that.
That's normally, that seems normal for that age.
The oldest just says, "I don't want Dad to be on a work trip," but
that's also normal too.
Father of the year from April to November, so they can be patient.
1:51 to go here, first half. 32-27. New Mexico with half of their points coming in the paint in this first half, and Marquette 2 of their last 12 from the floor, and yet still very much within shouting distance right now. Borovichinen, key in the inbound for the Lobos, gets it into the sure hands of Donovan Dent, who very coolly will walk it across half court. Picked up right there by Stevie Mitchell. Picks up the dribble and he threw it away, and that's going to be a turnover. He left it behind for Borovichinen, who didn't see it, and Dent shows frustration. That is just an unforced error and a turnover, the 8th of the game for New Mexico.
That's just two guys not being on the same page. I know exactly what Donovan Dent was doing. He was trying to set up with Borovichinen another handoff because it was going to probably lead to a switch. Borovichinen would have dribbled it down towards the three-point line, led to another handoff where the entire left side of the floor was wide open. Donovan Dent is seeing a game that I don't think most of us see. This guy's next level.
Unfortunately, when your teammate doesn't see it, you get a turnover like that one. Off the inbound, here's Mitchell for Marquette.
It's the Tom Brady pickoff that really wasn't his fault. The wrong route was run.
Was any pickoff Tom Brady's fault?
No.
Here's Mitchell on the left side. 1:24 to go in the half. Trying to find a cutter. It's Jones. He's been pretty quiet so far. Get it to Joplin, diving down the lane. Kick to the left corner. And now a three-pointer is up, and it's no good for Chase Ross. Weak side rebound down for Ali Ahatiki.
Ali Ahatiki's done a good job with Junior Joseph being out with the foul trouble.
Here's Washington. Some fancy dribbling. Kick to the corner for Dent. And now they come to the near side for Nolan. A three. He got it. C.J. Nolan has been hot from three-point range. That's his third three-pointer of the first half.
It helps when you make your first, but it also helps when you get good looks, and he's gotten them.
8-point lead equals the biggest of the game for New Mexico. Joplin, left side three to answer, and it's good. Smooth shot right over Ali Atiki, who couldn't close quickly enough. And right back down to a 5-point game as Shaka Smart takes the use it or lose it timeout before halftime with 38 seconds left.
Joplin's got a little of that old man release too. Barely elevates on his three-point shot, shoots it kind of from behind his head. Takes all the time in the world to get it off, but he knows how to get it off with all the games he's played. I think if you're New Mexico, you understand you left a lot of points on the board here, and you've given up more than I think they even realize in terms of three-point shot opportunities for Marquette that has kept them in this game. If you're Marquette, you have to know I don't want to say they've played really poorly, but they haven't capitalized on any opportunities, and they're only down 5.
I think that's probably going to be the thrust of what they're going to be talking about at halftime if it stays right here.
I think it's also fair to point out between this game and then the following game with Bryant, Michigan State, it's been a long dang day. I mean, you and I, we've been here all day, but we're covering action. There's activity here. These are guys that have tried to find time in the hotel to walk around, hang out, watch games, but you're sitting around all day. It does make sense that it'll take some time to find a rhythm.
Braden Applehands is checked into the game now for New Mexico. Furthering my plight as an announcer.
Yes.
As Donovan Dent takes it across half court. You got an 8-second differential between game and shot clock. Dent's just dribbling inside half court with Mitchell right in his jersey. Shot clock winding down to 10 now. It's down to 8. Here comes the move. He has it poked away by Mitchell. Mitchell gets the steal, and then Washington flicks his pass back behind over the end line. But Marquette's going to have the last shot at it as Stevie Mitchell, 5th all-time in steals in Marquette history, came up with a big one right there.
A lot of times when you're just dribbling the ball to dribble out clock, it allows the defender to get a good feel for your handle. The quicker you make plays, the easier it is to get by somebody. The more you massage the ball, the more the defender is able to identify kind of your tendencies as a ball handler.
I think they're trying to decide whether there's a 10-second violation potentially with the ball in the backcourt that is still in play here, as Marquette got possession of the ball and then lost possession of the ball. So they have 9 seconds, they have been told, to get it across half court. There's only 10.3 left to go in the half. It's into Jones. Jones will make sure that count means nothing. 6 seconds. Keeping it himself down the left side of the lane. Running shot up. Good. With 2 seconds to go in the half. And that will be the final shot of momentum in this first half. It belongs to the Golden Eagles of Marquette. The steal, and Cam Jones converts at the other end. They will go to the locker room down by just 3.
Well, we set up the matchup, right? Donovan Dent, Cam Jones down the stretch there. Donovan Dent loses the basketball. Cam Jones goes on the other end, and a tough finish. And if you're Marquette, you feel good about only being down 3, given how much you left on the floor.
Our halftime score, New Mexico 35, Marquette 32. When we return, we're going to head back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios for the halftime report. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Most people think child abuse is a bad parent problem.
Actually, the root causes may be different than you think.
Let us explain. Affordable housing for everyone?
That prevents child abuse. And access to healthcare in every community.
Prevents child abuse too. High quality, affordable child care.
Paid family leave.
School breakfast and lunch programs.
All of this prevents child abuse.
It's all about keeping families out of crisis in the first place.
At least 1 in 7 children in the United States have experienced abuse or neglect in the past year. Prevent Child Abuse America promotes policies, programs, and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis,
we prevent child abuse
from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to learn more.
That's preventchildabuse.org.
Let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
Furnished by Prevent Child Abuse America.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, and I have been using a wheelchair since my accident in 1995.
My name is Andrea Dalzal, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old.
I guess if I had one message for the general public, it would be that I appreciate your help. But please, ask first.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that I've actually got everything under control.
I think people get nervous. They don't know how to act, so they pretend I'm not there.
What probably bothers me the most is when waiters talk to my companion and not directly to me.
I think everyone with a disability can relate to that parking spot problem.
We know you're just parking in that disabled spot for a second, but please, don't. We're just looking for the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
United Spinal Association is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of people living with spinal cord injuries and disorders. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
New Mexico looking for its first tournament win in 13 years. The Lobos, the 10 seed in the South, lead the 7 seed Marquette in that South region 35-32 at halftime. Brad Heller inside the Westwood One Broadcast Center in Los Angeles. Let's check the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset and maintenance app that brings your unplanned downtime to zero. Try for free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain and the letter x.com/MVP. Florida, the 1 seed in the West, jumped out to a 24-5 lead on Norfolk State. The Gators are up 71-50 right now, 12 minutes to go. Walter Clayton Jr. has 23 points. Staying in the SEC, Kentucky and Troy, the 3 seed Wildcats, a big finish to the end of the half.
He wants to push the pace, he'll slow it down with no real numbers in the front court.
You don't want to be moving on a turn. Oh, great.
The back cut from Brea and the perfect delivery from Amari Williams as Brea climbs the ladder for the easiest two of the night.
Noah Eagle and Tom Crean on the call. 10-0 run late in the first half. Kentucky's up 8 at halftime on Troy, 35-27. Meanwhile, a fast start for Arizona against Akron.
Love up top the base art out of Del Orso high on the left side. Del Orso get it down to Townsend left in the lane. Posted against Gray. Townsend backing his way in. Turns middle. Right-handed jump hook. Good for two. Trey Townsend has come to play. He's got 9 in the first half. 25-16. Arizona has matched its largest lead at 9.
Ryan Radke on the call. The lead for Arizona right now is 9, 28-19, 5:20 to go in the first half. Ole Miss nearly blew all of a 22-point lead, but the Rebels hang on to beat North Carolina 71-64. So that means Duke is the only ACC team to make it to the round of 32. First time that's ever happened to the ACC, with one team advancing to the round of 32. The Blue Devils wire to wire to blow out Mount St. Mary's 14 for Cooper Flagg. Baylor's going to move on as they beat Mississippi State 75-72. They'll face Duke on Sunday. Maryland, a 32-point win over Grand Canyon. The Terps will take on the 12-seed Colorado State on Sunday. The Rams knocked off Memphis. St. Mary's down 12 early second half. Storm back to beat Vanderbilt by 3. They'll get Alabama Sunday. The Crimson Tide, 22 points for Mark Sears, 19 in the second half to beat Robert Morris. Iowa State shot 58% to blow out Lipscomb. It'll be the Cyclones and the Ole Miss Rebels on Sunday. 35-32, New Mexico leads Marquette at the break. Coming up, interview with Tom Izzo before Sparty faces Bryant. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Without maintenance teams behind the scenes, everything stops. Even the game. Lights, broadcast equipment, cooling, you ensure the assets that matter most work. MaintainX was built for professionals like you. A modern maintenance app that helps manage work orders, schedule maintenance, and track inventory. So keep the madness on the court, not in your operations. Try MaintainX free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain in the letter x.com/MVP.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When you partner with CDW, your people get more out of technology. CDW data experts are simplifying complex workloads with high-speed AMD processors, which helps your project managers efficiently manage heavier workflows. Game designers level up creativity, and scientists develop their next breakthrough. Amazing, right? Make amazing happen. AMD and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/AMD.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
Welcome back to the Straight Talk Wireless Studios here in Los Angeles. I'm Brad Heller. Need more data so you can stream your jam mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. New Mexico 35, Marquette 32. Halftime in Cleveland. Winner of that game will take on the winner of Michigan State and Bryant. That's the 2-15 matchup in the South. The Bulldogs won the America East to earn their second ever appearance after playing in the first four in 2022. As for the Spartans, it's their highest seed since 2019, coming off a Big Ten regular season title. Tom Izzo winning his third Big Ten Coach of the Year award. And here he is with our John Crispin.
This is your 27th consecutive NCAA tournament appearance. And I know, look, that's never enough for a competitor. You want to continue to win. But if you could take a step back, what does that represent? What does it mean?
Well, I said after my first couple of years, year 4, we were in a Final Four.
year 3 we won the Big Ten, and then we went on that run for a while, and everybody wants to canonize you so they can rip you down later on.
Yes.
But and I said, come back in 10 years and see if we're consistent, because I think that's what everybody looks for, including the coach. I know you can't win every year unless you're saving. But the culture's there now, but then you still got to reinvent the wheel with the new players. And I think we've been consistent, and that means the world to me. I have all the things I want. It's to have consistency.
Earlier this year, we talked about this looking like a Tom Izzo team, and I think that's kind of been a consensus throughout the country. Can you define that?
I think Tom Izzo changed a little bit, you have a little slip up, like we had, we had those 3 great years in a row with Cassius.
Yes.
And his last year might have been our best team. We went to the Final Four in 19 and 20. We were heading there. It was a good team, and COVID hit. And then I don't think I handled, we had some situations that went on at our university, and then COVID. And I felt like I maybe forgot where I came from, a little bit, forgot the principles of what made us great. And, I always tell a player, if I'm mad at you, that's a bad thing. If I'm mad at me, that's worse. And I think I was mad at me. So I vowed that I was going to get back to, we spent more time. We went to Spain. We went to the UP. We went to Lions, Tiger, Piston games. We just tried to do more things, because if you say, what is a Tom Izzo type team, we're pretty tough. We're very good defensive. We rebound pretty well. But you know what we are? We're connected.
Yes.
And that might be the word that defines us.
I won't say you're old enough, but you've been around long enough to now you have to coach against your friends' sons. Like how weird is that to a degree? And what can you say about Phil Martelli Jr., but also the Martelli name in college basketball?
Well, Phil's in my locker room. Yesterday he was in my locker room, and I, him and his wife came in, and I love Phil. I was on all these committees with Phil, and so I'm coaching against his son, and I'm coaching one of my former superstars' sons, Jace Richardson. So I won't say that makes me old. It just means I've been around a long time.
That's true. You've been around long enough to make 27 straight. That's Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo. Best of luck today.
Thanks, Sean.
Halftime in Cleveland. New Mexico leads Marquette 35-32. We're going to rejoin John and Scott Graham in Cleveland after this. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
When the forgotten poor are suffering and in need of healing, they wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy Ships, the largest floating civilian hospital in the world, with volunteer medical staff and crew who donate their time to save lives. Heroes of Mercy, like these.
Every human being has the right to be treated as human, to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the look in that patient's eyes or the smiles that you get when lives have been changed, then it would make it all worth it.
We bring hope and healing to one person, but that person belongs to a family, and that family belongs to a community.
Together, these heroes of mercy and friends like you bring hope and healing to those who desperately need it.
Thank you! Thank you!
To learn more about Heroes of Mercy, go to mercyships.org today.
After my father was on a ventilator for 20 days due to COVID, he had so many medications, it really was daunting.
According to the National Institutes of Health, 30% of hospital admissions in older adults are drug-related, like taking meds at the wrong time. Hero simplifies medication management.
I'm so thankful that something like this exists. It holds up to 10 different medications. It's all on an app, and you can share that app with a caregiver, so I can make sure that he got his meds. Is he missing a dose of his meds?
Hero Health's smart pill dispenser alerts and delivers pills with the push of a button.
It is really so easy to use and a literal lifesaver.
Try Hero Health risk-free for 30 days. Get free contactless delivery. Call 800-420-7550. 800-420-7550. That's 800-420-7550. Hero. Medication managed.
Here in Cleveland, we have got 20 minutes of basketball to play here in this 7-10 game, and at halftime, a 35-32 lead for New Mexico over Marquette. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Barbasol. Barbasol shaving cream delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. New Mexico shot 46% in that first half. Marquette just 37%. You take a look at points off turnovers, 11 of them for New Mexico, just 7 for Marquette. Points in the paint, 16-8. New Mexico with the lead, and the Lobos made their last 3 shots. And yet, with all of that, Marquette on the basket by Cam Jones right before halftime, within a single possession at 35-32 with 20 minutes left to go. So time now for the second half keys, sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago electrical connectors. Gear up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project. Got to imagine, John, that your key for Marquette is start to play better, and you might have yourself a lead.
Yeah, I think there were opportunities that they didn't capitalize on against the switching defense. And what you have to do against the switching defense is attack it off the bounce. They have 4 guys that can attack off the bounce. You've got Gold making threes. He's 3 of 6 from the three-point line. So guys like Cam Jones has to be able to pick the matchup out, attack off the bounce, and get that New Mexico defense to start chasing the play a little bit. On the other side, I actually agree with you. I got to go with the play-by-play guy as analyst. You had mentioned earlier about winning the battle inside. I think a big piece of why New Mexico got away from that was the 2 fouls from Nelly Jr. Joseph. You've got to be able to play through to him. It's been forcing a double team. They've done a good job passing out of it. But you've got to be able to capitalize on your obvious advantage and let Donovan Dent then work to start taking control of this game. Cam Jones and Donovan Dent have not been able to dominate this game, and whoever finds it first may determine the outcome of this one.
And if Marquette's history tells any part of the story, and we mentioned the fact that they had that great start of 18-3, but 5-7 in their last 12, even if Cam Jones does dominate, sometimes for Marquette offensively, that is just not enough.
Yeah, they need balance, and I think you can find the balance against the switching defense because the switch is going to create opportunities for multiple playmakers to be able to get involved. I think Stevie Mitchell's one of those guys who's been terrific defensively, but he also has to be impactful in the offensive end.
For the Mountain West Conference, this would be a rarity. A Mountain West school seeded 10 or worse all time in this round, 1-24. The only win back in 2002 when number 11 Wyoming knocked off number 6 Gonzaga. Since then, they are 0-20. Our halftime score, 35-32. New Mexico on top of Marquette. We'll start the second half when we return. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
When the grass starts growing, it's time to get mowing with Steel. Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel mowers are built to get the job done. Shop in-store or online for 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers. Steel, let's go mow. Available for limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to VaxAssist.com and schedule today. That's VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure with great deals on our legendary Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs, like the Grand Cherokee 4xE, our most capable Grand Cherokee ever, the Jeep Wrangler 4xE, our most capable Wrangler ever, or the Jeep Compass, our most affordable SUV. Hurry in for an exceptional offer during the Jeep Celebration event and let the adventure of a lifetime begin. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
March 26, 1973. St. Louis, the site for the national championship game between UCLA and Memphis. And Bruins center Bill Walton put on a display that hadn't been seen before or since.
Lead on the right sideline of Farmer to Wilson to the line. He turns, now fires from 14 feet, and he missed it. Rebound tipped in by Walton. Walton's 20th basket. He has scored 42 points, his career high by a long shot.
He added one more basket for an NCAA Finals record 44 points and was nearly perfect from the field, converting 21 of 22 field goals. He also pulled down 13 rebounds as John Wooden's UCLA team tamed the Tigers 87-66 to win their record 7th straight championship. But it was Walton's complete domination of Memphis that goes down as another great moment in NCAA tournament history. I'm Kevin Kugler.
Download the official NCAA March Madness live app, and you can listen to every Westwood One broadcast of the men's and women's basketball tournament for free. Just look for the headphones icon on any live game, and if you're in the car, it seamlessly integrates with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Get the official NCAA March Madness live app today. 20 minutes of basketball to play. The winner of this one will face the winner of our next game between Bryant and Michigan State here on Sunday. This is, of course, in the South region. And Michigan State is the number 2 seed. Auburn is the top of the card in this region. But on this side of the bracket, Iowa State is the 3 seed. Also, the team to keep an eye on, Ole Miss, knocked off North Carolina today. So Ole Miss, the 6th seed, is still alive. You got a good picture going there?
I did. The ball's sitting in front of me. What do you want me to do? I'm a catch-and-shoot kind of guy. I had to get a shot of it. It says March Madness on the ball. I got the court in the background. It's memorable stuff. Yeah, see, he wants a picture, too.
I'm good, thanks. I'm here doing something else.
You're more of a facilitator. Look, I think what was most exciting about this first half is that both teams have a little something left in the tank. Both teams could play a lot better, but we saw the playmaking ability of some of the better players with the basketball that you would see in this tournament. I think we're in for a really good second half now that they've figured it out.
Time now for the start of the second half, sponsored by Indeed.com. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credit. New Mexico in their traveling red with the white lettering and numerals and light gray trim. Marquette in the home white with the navy blue letters and numerals and the light blue and gold trim as well. Mexico controls going from our right to our left. Ellie Jr. Joseph in the lane right away, back inside like we were talking about, and an easy 2, making a 5-point lead for New Mexico.
Well, he's had to play with 2 fouls, so he couldn't really be aggressive in that first half. Only played 12 minutes. Good to get him going early.
Here's Joplin wants a 3, and he got it. Just left to the top of the circle. 37-35, 2-point ball game.
You just get the sense with the firepower that both these teams have and the playmaking ability, this game can heat up quickly.
Donovan Dent around the outside. They weave and pass, and Joseph up on top, driving in, kicking out. Borovicin had it for a moment. He drives from the left side, misses in close, got his rebound, and is blocked away by Joplin. Mitchell coming down 1-on-3, leaves it for the trailer, now takes it back again in the left corner. And he'll walk it back up to the top. Joplin again, head of the circle. Another 3, same spot. That one's no good. And Washington skies for the rebound for New Mexico. Quick outlet. Borovicin driving. Pull-up shot is an air ball. That missed by 5 feet short of the rim. Back the other way. Chase Ross with the ball. He drives and kicks. Joplin wants to get involved early. Jump stop in the lane. Got his man in the air. Missed on the shot. But he got the whistle, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
Marquette has figured out something that David Joplin's probably the toughest matchup for New Mexico to handle. You have to cover him around the three-point line. You really have to run him off. At the same time, he's got such great body control. He's played a ton of basketball at this level. He knows how to coax those fouls. He could live at the foul line here in the second half.
Joplin's got 12 for the game. And makes the first one. Get good at money so you can be a little bad. Invest well at empower.com. Joplin is 4 for 5 from the free throw line, but as a team, Marquette has missed 4 free throws in this one. Next one is up, and that's no good. Borovichinen takes down the rebound, so they missed the opportunity to tie the game. 37-36, the closest it's been since midway through the first half. Borovichinen inside half court, picks up the dribble, needs some help. Omsiel has it. He leaves back behind for Dent with a shot clock down at 7. Dent's near half court. High screen, now take it down right side. Bullet pass across the court, he threw it away. He was trying to find Borovichinen, parked in the left corner for a 3, and he missed him by 3 feet with that cross-court pass.
The challenge for New Mexico is the Marquette defense, particularly in the ball screen situations, was so good that the ball never even got inside the three-point line. For about 25 seconds, it just stayed out. Nothing going offensively for New Mexico.
Mexico averages 11 turnovers in a game. They've got 10 right now with 18 minutes to go, but they've got a 1-point lead. Marquette looking for the lead. Driving into the lane. Jones throws back behind it. It's stolen away. Dent with the basketball. Driving into the lane on Gold. Floater up and good.
Such great balance with the ball in his hands. Rarely ever going to pick up an offensive foul. Good body control, good balance.
Chase Ross into the lane. Trying to throw to the side, and Omsiel gets a steal. Here comes New Mexico again. Dent driving. His shot knocked away. Omsiel picks it up, and he is fouled on the way up. That's going to be on Gold, and it'll be his 3rd.
Another guy that's been a great weapon for New Mexico. He doesn't start, but when he comes in, he's been really good. You got to get C.J. Nolan back in there. He was a great floor spacer, hit 3 threes in the first half.
Omsiel hits on the first.
Like between he and Borovichinen, spacing the floor is going to be key. The more you space the floor, the more you create opportunities to open the floor up and create driving lanes, dump downs for easy baskets around the rim.
That's what is also good. 41-36, back up to a 5-point edge for New Mexico. Again, they have held Marquette at arm's length most of this game. Jones out of control in the lane, finds a safety valve in Joplin, and his pass to the corner is knocked over the sideline, right by the Marquette bench.
That's the biggest difference. Donovan Dent's been a really good game manager. He probably has to turn it up a notch to be more of a playmaker. And Cam Jones, he wants to be more of a playmaker, but right now he's got to manage the game.
He takes the inbound pass, spins into the lane, his shot is up and good. Aggressive move down the left side of the lane to make it a 3-point ball game. Cam Jones now with 8 for the game. 17 minutes left to play. 41-38, New Mexico on top. Omsiel, great pass inside on the bounce to Junior Joseph for an easy lay-in.
That was off the ball screen, and Junior Joseph just rolled after the second pass. Great pass from Omsiel.
That's a 25-foot bounce pass to an open man underneath. Back the other way. Parham, the freshman. Got a group around him. Down on the left block. Back out to Mitchell in front of his own bench. Shot clock at 8. Mitchell driving on Dent. Takes him inside. Shot blocked away by Dent. Got it back. His putback is good. A reverse lay-in from Stevie Mitchell.
Donovan Dent did everything right. He's kind of turning around saying the rest is on everybody else.
16-10 left to play in a 3-point ball game. Washington holds head of the circle. Now to Dent, right in front of his coach. And he backs it out again on the right side of the floor. Gets the dribble back, takes it to the right baseline, throws through, and it's knocked over the end line. He was again trying to find Borovichinen, who was hiding in that left corner. Cam Jones got a hand on it, knocked it over the end line. The ball will go back to New Mexico, and they'll have 5 seconds to shoot when we come back. Timeout on the court, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. 15:53 to play here in Cleveland. It's New Mexico 43, Marquette 40. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Did you know? VA home loans are a key to home ownership for those who served.
I would tell anybody who is interested in getting a VA loan to just do it. For me, the best thing about the VA loan was the simplicity of it. I was expecting, government paperwork. It was going to go on forever, and it just wasn't.
Since the down payment for a VA loan is minimal, we were able to purchase this home and then use the money that we were going to use as a down to actually fix up the home.
And the only way we could do that was because the nest egg that we had saved for the down payment, we didn't have to use because we went the VA route.
This is a wonderful benefit that veterans can take advantage of.
In the military, we make a lot of sacrifices. We're away from our family a lot. And with the VA loan, it's a way that it makes it easier for us to get a home.
To learn more about VA home loans, visit va.gov/home loans.
My life was challenging from the beginning.
Daisy spent most of her life in and out of foster care.
It's always in the back of your mind. When am I going to have to move again?
Daisy finally has the safe, permanent home she deserves, thanks to the work of the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, which is committed to finding forever families for the longest waiting children in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
At Movember, we're best known for the mustache. Well, here's the thing. Men's health deserves support year-round, which is why we're more than a month, more than mustaches. All year round, we're doing more. We're delivering more research, more treatments, doing more to help men live happier, healthier, longer lives. But we need your support, because the more we can do, the more fathers, brothers, partners, sons we can protect. Movember, more than a month. Learn more at Movember.com.
Furnished by Movember.
43-40 New Mexico, 15:53 to go in the ball game, and it's time for our Coles Fact of the Game. Cam Jones from Marquette, one of 5 players in college basketball this year, averaging 19 or more points and 5 or more assists per game. Of those 5, New Mexico's Donovan Dent is another. And I'll take it one step further. Dent's the only Division I player averaging 20-plus points per game and 5 assists per game. That is the fact or facts of the game, sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com, where families come first.
Marquette's done a good job of limiting the impact of Donovan Dent. He's got 10 points and 2 assists, but he just hasn't been able to get it going with consistency. Gets the ball in his hands a lot.
5 to shoot for New Mexico. Off the inbound, the shot is an air ball, and it's picked off the ground by Marquette. Parham driving, shot fake, kick to the corner, back to Joplin. Now head of the circle, Jones throws for Ross. Great defensive adjustment by New Mexico. Joplin driving, though, lays it home and gets Marquette back to within 1.
David Joplin is by far the toughest matchup. He's an any-level scorer, 3-point shot, get to the basket, good physicality. He's going to be a tough one to contain.
On seal, right side, hands for Dent. Dent driving into the lane. Throws through to the near corner for Nolan. Nolan covered up quickly. He was a hot 3-point shooter in the first half. Now Washington up on head of the circle for Onseal. Knifing in from the left wing, gets it to Junior Joseph underneath. His shot, good, and the foul. Royce Parham got there a step late, and Nelly Junior Joseph made him pay with a chance at a 3-point play.
Junior Joseph's an interesting one. He's kind of rigid in his movements. He's obviously very strong and explosive, but he's highly effective around the rim with the finish.
He's got 12 points in this one. Now make it 13 as he hits on the free throw. And New Mexico is 7 for 7 from the line as they expand the lead back to 4. 15 minutes left to go here in Cleveland. Ross into the forecourt for Marquette. Now it's Jones working on Junior Joseph. Got to take him, but doesn't. Comes back to the near side for Mitchell. And Stevie Mitchell into the lane. Running left-hander. No good. Rebound down to Dent. Back the other way. 4-on-3 for New Mexico. But Cam Jones got a hand in the passing lane. Or checked out. It was Chase Ross. And now he's out with the basketball. They get it to Mitchell in the corner. He waits for reinforcements. Kicks out to Joplin. Set for a 3. It's good. Joplin nails the 3. We've got a 1-point ball game again. 46-45 New Mexico. 14:20 left to play.
Joplin, in terms of anyone else on the floor, Joplin's getting the best looks, whether it be from close to the basket or from 3.
That hands off for Onseal, and now the pass to Junior Joseph nearly gets away up by the top of the key. He's going to try to take Parham inside. It's poked away by Joplin. Mitchell driving with the basketball. Mitchell shot blocked away by True Washington. The left-hander was going to the right hand, and it got blocked on the way to the bucket. We welcome those of you just joining us across our network with 13:53 to play here in Cleveland. In the 7-10 game in the South region, the 10 seed New Mexico is led almost throughout. A 46-45 lead. Marquette led once, 3-2, and they're going for another lead now on this possession.
It's mentioned the somewhat rigidity of Nelly Junior Joseph, and he's trying to break down the entire defense from the top of the key. That's just not what he does. Got to be able to capitalize on the advantage down low.
Cam Jones wants to key the inbound. Drops it in. Ross lay-in. Good. Marquette takes the lead. 47-46. Just their second lead of the ball game.
Yeah, and that's a good out-of-bounds underneath for Marquette, but C.J. Nolan got caught on the backside on a switch, and it's an easy slip and layup for Ross.
Dent shovels it inside, and Junior Joseph is fouled again. He is a force in there, and they had to try to stop him. It was Cam Jones who was trying to strip the ball away. That gets hit for the personal. Along with John Crispin, Scott Graham here at our Grainger broadcast position in Cleveland. Gain a winning edge for your business with Grainger. Get fast delivery of industrial-grade supplies to help keep your operations going when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. Nelly Junior Joseph played for Rick Pitino 3 seasons at Iona, former MAC Rookie of the Year. Now he's playing for his son, and he hits on the first.
Donovan Dent on that last play kind of made a shovel pass through the defense for Nelly Junior Joseph. And on the replay, you saw 3 defenders around the perimeter all hawking the ball. Donovan Dent's just such a threat.
Junior Joseph hits again, and the lead swings back to New Mexico. 48-47, 13.5 to play. Crowd kind of bubbling up now after being put to sleep early in this game. Joplin lost his footing on a drive from the left wing. He's on the ground, finds the safety valve, and saves the possession. It's Ross near side, and he's fouled by Nolan. They swung it around, reversed the ball. Ross shot fake, got Nolan to bite, and Nolan gets called for the foul, his second.
See certain tendencies from individual players that are just off on the defensive end. C.J. Nolan, just a high off-balance closeout. The last possession he got on the backside, an out-of-bounds underneath, and an easy slip to the basket for a layup. It's the simple discipline, the fundamental things defensively will win you a game.
Inbound to Jones. The belt of his shorts, the letters A-L, Al on it. In deference to the Hall of Famer Al McGuire. That's a permanent fixture on a Marquette uniform. Joplin up and under. His shot is good from in the lane. A pretty move from David Joplin. And the seesaw swings back to Marquette.
And you thought it might be Cam Jones, but really it's David Joplin who's been able to expose bad matchups against the New Mexico defense.
20 points for David Joplin to lead the way for Marquette. 12:45 left to go. New Mexico down by a point. Dent picked up by Zayd Lowry. Takes him into the lane. Driving shot knocked away. And no whistle. And once again, Dent turning around looking for a call that's not coming. The ball was off Marquette. So New Mexico will inbound with 6 seconds left to shoot.
The allowable physicality starts out top, where he is getting a 2-hand check and a lot of physicality on the initial drive. He's really going to have to earn the foul call at the rim.
There's an alley-oop off the inbound, and it's knocked away from Junior Joseph. Well-timed play, broken up. Marquette on the run the other way, and the lay-in is good for Zayd Lowry. Marquette by 3, and a timeout for Richard Pitino, whose New Mexico team is down by their biggest margin of the night. 12:26 left to play here in Cleveland, and Marquette trying to take control. It's the Golden Eagles 51, New Mexico 48, with a timeout on the floor. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
with the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free,
Yep,
and an upgrade is just $10?
that's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Marriott Bonvoy, take your game day rituals on the road. No matter how you show your team spirit, find a stay for your style when you explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences. Marriott Bonvoy has a brand for every kind of fan. Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Explore more at marriottbonvoy.com/NCAA.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected! Also, you forgot to renew your website domain and now you're in a bidding war!
You should see the look on your face!
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room and now everything smells weird!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Check the attendance for tonight, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day deals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. 19,432 in attendance here in Cleveland, in an arena where there's been an awful lot of basketball excitement this year, with the team with the best record in the NBA calls home the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Would you have thought that a couple of years ago?
No.
How about it? OKC, off the charts. Cleveland playing really well.
But I also thought my Sixers were going to be near the top of the league, so shows what I know. 12-18 left to go in this one. A 3-point lead for Marquette. And Cam Jones knocks it free from the hand of Filip Borovichinen.
I only refer to them as my Sixers when they're good.
I'm in.
You're diehard.
I'm in. I'll talk about it a lot right now. Here's Dent bouncing it to Borovichinen and back to Dent. Standing on the NCAA March Madness logo just inside half court. Gets it off to Amsiel. Amsiel picks up the dribble. No backdoor cut. He's cut off. 3 seconds left to shoot. Gets it to Dent. Dent, desperation three. Got it on the rim. Shot no good. Rebound tapped out and covered by New Mexico and True Washington. Here's a three for Amsiel. An air ball, but it's picked up and banked in by Borovichinen.
I would say the worst misses favor the offense because the defense is getting ready to box out and looking at where the ball's coming off the rim.
1 point game. 51-50, Marquette on top. It has been tight throughout. Cam Jones throws back behind for Joplin. He's been the hot hand. A three. Rims out. Junior Joseph down with a rebound for the Lobos.
Even that one for David Joplin, all but in.
Dent goes to work inside. His shot on the way around the rim, no good. Cam Jones a rebound. Big outlet pass for Joplin, who runs it down to the left corner. Leaves back behind. Jones could have had a shot at a three right there. Didn't take it. Instead, he'll drive. His shot is up. It's no good. He pushed Amsiel all the way in and missed a bunny. 10:55 left to play in a 1 point game. Washington goes to work on the left side. Lost the handle and a late whistle. And a blocking foul going to be called on Marquette's Chase Ross. So that is going to bring us to a timeout on the floor. 10:47 left to play in the ball game. Can't get any closer. Marquette 51, New Mexico 50. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective. A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
To win in basketball takes a can-do spirit. So shave with Barbasol and inspire your team. Raise that red, white, and blue can and yell, "We can do this." If it doesn't work, you still got a great shave. Barbasol, it's a can of can-do.
Your life, your goals, your legacy. With a dedicated Fidelity advisor, it's all part of a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Let's check the tournament summary, sponsored by Marriott Bonvoy. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA. Well, the Big East that Marquette is a part of, 3-0 in this year's tournament. They've won their games by an average of 16.5 points. The other note is the 2-9 seeds, a 10 and an 11, and 2 12s are in the round of 32. One of those 10s playing right now is within a single point. New Mexico trailing Marquette 51-50 after leading for most of the game with 10:47 left to play here in Cleveland.
Offensively for New Mexico, they haven't gotten the ball inside to Nelly Jr. Joseph as an initiator. It's really gotten the defense to converge when they have. He's been able to score inside, and that's where they can physically dominate the game. They've also got a bit of a passive dribble weave, and then getting in late clock situations, haven't gotten good looks.
The inbound, keyed by Dent, finds Washington, easy lay-in for 2, and the lead back again for New Mexico. 52-51, 10:40 left to play. Jones, spinning move inside half court. Gets into the lane, that's as far as he gets, and back out to Joplin. Joplin diving down the lane, shot up high off the glass, no good. And Omseal gets the rebound for New Mexico. Like a renewed purpose now for the Lobos coming out of the timeout. Dent shovels back behind. Omseal, head of the circle. Wants to find a cutter, instead shovels it down to Junior Joseph. Give and go. Omseal shot from in close, no good. Got his own rebound. His shot is blocked, and he is going to the free throw line with a whistle and a foul call. Trey Norman gets called for the personal. Team foul number 5 for Marquette. Scott Graham, John Crispin here at our Grainger broadcast position in Cleveland. Stay on top of your game with Grainger. Get the industrial grade products and right when you need them. Help your business move forward when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com.
I don't want to jinx it, but how about New Mexico 10-10 from the free throw line right now?
Yeah, Omseal hit on the first to get it there. He's a 71% shooter, I should say. Played 3 seasons at Dayton here in this state. Misses on the second. There you go. You did it. And the rebound knocked out of bounds. They say last touch New Mexico. So Marquette down by 2 will get it back as we're going to cross the 10-minute mark on this possession for the Golden Eagles.
Well, a good look at the ensuing free throws came from getting the ball inside and the defense converging on Junior Joseph. They've got to continue to involve him in the offense.
Jones left of the lane, driving into the paint. Kicks back to Joplin. Shot fake on a three, and Borovichinen went for that fake and gets called for the foul. The third team foul for New Mexico, and the third on Philip Borovichinen.
Well, Joplin's got 4 threes on the night, so you're going to close high, and he's using that slow pump fake to keep the defense off balance.
Inbound to Jones. Now Joplin, left side foul line extended. Hesitation dribble, and he gets fouled. How about that one?
Well, they're calling that.
That was off the ball,
Yes.
actually, and the foul was on Amsiel.
Now, what's really hard to call there is it's a switch defensively. And yeah, there's a little lockup, like a play on.
So Amsiel's got 3. New Mexico's got 4 here in the second half. Back to work goes Cam Jones. Drive it inside on Amsiel. Gets some space and hits the floater with the left hand right up over the top. Ties the game at 53.
It's just a smart play by Cam Jones. He knows he can abuse that matchup. He was patient, used his body to create space and an easy finish over the top.
It has been as tight as a ball game can be. Junior Joseph, left of the lane, backing in on goal. Double team comes, throws to the top. They touch it all the way around to the far side. Borovichinen tries a 3, shot no good, but Gold is going to get called for his 4th foul, pushing off on Junior Joseph inside.
Goes back to what I said in the first half. Could have been a couple minutes ago I said it, but I think it was the first half where being outsized, you tend to pass block instead of block out. And that's ultimately what Gold got called for. It was just a 2-hand shove on the rebound, trying to maintain position.
Gold had 3 first-half threes, and since that time hadn't done much. Off the inbound, a 3-point attempt is no good for Washington. Rebound knocked out of bounds off the hands of Borovichinen, and it'll go back to Marquette at the 8:59 mark in a game tied at 53. Right across half court, Cam Jones with a left-handed dribble. Takes Junior Joseph into the paint, kicks to Joplin. Left side foul line extended. He drives, spins at the foul line. Driving shot in the left hand is good for the lead for Marquette. 55-53.
Amsiel got held up a little bit, thinking there might be a switch, but no communication. He was a step on the play, and David Joplin just going to work today on the offensive end. 22 points on the night.
Give and go, and an easy 2 for Dent. Out of the high post from Junior Joseph. Your basic basketball play ties the game back up at 55. Now Jones has it poked free, corrals it again by the sideline. It goes to Mitchell up top. Mitchell driving down the left side, make that right side of the lane, misses with the right hand. The Parham got the rebound. They're getting a foul call, I believe, on Junior Joseph, or is it just going to be out of bounds? The officials are conferring. It will not be a foul call. It is only going to be a call of the ball going out of bounds and back to Marquette.
Looking at it, if it's going to be a foul, it would be on Washington. He came across the right arm on the baseline. It's also close to being out of bounds on Marquette, as his foot was close, if not on the line.
Ali Atiki comes in, replacing Borovichinen, so that doesn't help me one bit. Off the inbound. Jones can't find a man. Goes all the way into the backcourt to Joplin. And Joplin with the dribble as we hit 8 minutes left to go in the game. Tied at 55. Joplin gets a return pass up top. Got a poke free from behind. But they're 2-on-4, and Dent's going to have to wait for reinforcements to arrive for New Mexico. Now he drives into the lane. In traffic, and he is fouled on his way to the basket. The foul call on Cam Jones, and free throws coming when we come back. There's a timeout on the court. You can't shine a flashlight between them. New Mexico 55, Marquette 55. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
After battling through the brackets, one team gets the chance to climb the iconic Warner ladder. The final net cutting is the culmination of all the hard work and effort it took to reach this moment. And getting here puts these players and coaches in rare air. It's the same for all the trade professionals working from 20 feet to 20 stories. Every day they challenge themselves to conquer new heights, and Warner is the brand they trust to have their backs. Warner, the #1 pro ladder and official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Tomorrow's road, unpaved, unmapped, uncertain. But it's also where we discover what we can truly count on. Like the 2027 X15 engine by Cummins. With better fuel efficiency, up to 605 horsepower, and 2,050 pound-feet of torque. The X15 is a bedrock of reliability that stands forever ready to rise to the occasion. The 2027 X15, forever rising. Estimates based on preliminary testing. Individual results may vary.
Be VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio with the NCAA Experience official ticket and hospitality packages. Official NCAA hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NCAA legends, and much more. To be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio, visit ncaa.com/VIP. 7:47 left to play, 55 apiece. Biggest lead of the game was New Mexico. Earlier, they were up by 8. Marquette is led by no more than 3, and we have been sitting at 2 points, 1 point, 3 points for about 10 minutes now, partner.
That foul right there on the bounce, something that Donovan Dent's been asking for pretty much most of this game. If that's something he can start to get, and it starts to create a little bit of space or freedom of movement, as it was a few years ago, it could open the game up for Donovan Dent, who hasn't been able to have the impact that he typically would. 12 points, but 5 of 13 from the field, 8 turnovers, probably the most glaring thing to the 3 assists.
It also would end up opening it on the other side for Cam Jones in his game. True. Dent's first free throw on the 1-and-1 is good. 3 for 3 from the line. Dent's got 13 points on the night, but he also has 8 turnovers.
Cam Jones has been really patient. A lot of times David Joplin's been so good.
Dent hits the second, 57-55. New Mexico by a bucket. Dent, who scored in double figures in every game this year, has his team back in front. Jones shovels back behind. Ross, a 3. Shot high off the rim, no good. Junior Joseph clears space, and the rebound for New Mexico.
Not the best look for Marquette. Could have gotten a much better one.
Dent driving on Mitchell, now shovels back behind for Washington. Drew Washington going to work on Joplin, head of the circle. Take it off to the right side. Off seal, up top. They get it inside for Junior Joseph, and his lay-in is no good. Bothered by Joplin and Cam Jones, he missed in close. And Marquette with a rebound brings it into the forecourt, down by 2. Joplin up on top. Nothing there. He throws back behind for Jones. You figure he's got to go to work soon. And he does on Junior Joseph. Into the lane. Throws back out. Joplin left side. Take the 3. Then take the 3. And hit the 3. Right in front of the Marquette bench. Joplin, a big night tonight. Nails the 3-pointer and puts Marquette back up 58-57.
It was a well-contested shot. Good kick out from Cam Jones. Pump fake, side dribble. Tough 3 made.
9 lead changes in the ballgame. 25 for David Joplin. 6:20 left to play in the game. Dent back to work on a pick and roll. Junior Joseph, a finger roll too. Uncontested at the basket to put New Mexico back in front. Here comes Jones spinning into the forecourt. Lost his footing, and now he dives on the loose ball, as does Amseal. And Amseal and Jones with the tied-up ball. Possession arrow points Marquette's way.
Jones does a good job getting the ball up court quickly and then forcing that action down towards the paint by backing down. He's got great footwork. Think of Villanova guards in their heyday. Just so tough. It breaks down your principles when you have to cover a guard inside out.
Sideline inbound for the Golden Eagles of Marquette. And it's thrown in. Mitchell, nice catch on a contested pass in from the sideline. Hands back out to Jones. Jones sets the offense. Throws to the corner for Joplin on the right side. Joplin driving in, makes space, steps back, fires, and misses on the three. Jones tapped the rebound right back to him, but it's taken away by Washington. Washington for New Mexico into the forecourt. 5:45 left to play. Lobos by 1 with the basketball, and they send back to Dent for a reset. Out near half court. Dent working on Mitchell. Dribble still alive. Shovels it down to Junior Joseph. Right in the lane. 2 men on him. Back out to Dent. Dent, step back. 18-footer for the right. He got it. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Donovan Dent makes it a 3-point game. Quickly back the other way. Joplin's shot is blocked by Nelly Junior Joseph. And now New Mexico trying to take charge. 5:10 to go. A 3-point lead for the Lobos and the basketball.
Wonder if that last shot gets Donovan Dent going.
Here he comes. Driving into the lane. Shot up good. He's going. Chaka Smart wants a timeout. Because in this game, a 5-point lead seems huge. 4:58 to go. Back-to-back buckets by Donovan Dent has put New Mexico up 63-58 here in Cleveland. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better are member-only doorbuster deals. Right now, rewards members can save $40 on an Allen & Roth Chesler Gold faucet. Was $99, now $59. Plus, save $110 on a Cobalt 40-volt battery trimmer and blower combo kit. Was $279, now $169. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/24 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Speaking of Robinhood Gold, Ben Gold checks into the game here. Again, 3 threes in the first half. If all he can do at this point is be a floor spacer, that's going to open things up where we've been talking at some point Cam Jones will probably start to take over this game.
If you're a Marquette fan, you're thinking right now when, because you've only got less than 5 minutes to go. A 6-0 run for New Mexico is giving them a 5-point lead, 63-58. Jones on the run. There he goes down the lane. Got his man in the air. Bank shot, no good. He missed from in close and shakes his head as he trots back on defense. He held the pivot foot on a big thrust down toward the basket and simply shot it too hard. Control right now in the hands of Donovan Dent. He drives inside. His shot knocked away. No foul call, and the ball goes out of bounds off of New Mexico.
Oh, this has been physical. I mean, he got hammered on that foul. Ben Gold picked up his 5th foul that wasn't called.
4:25 to play. Jones in motion to Gold up top. Wants a 3. In and out. Tip follow won't go for Ross. He was in without a body on him. And Marquette has now missed its last 3 shots with a chance to cut into this 5-point lead.
Cam Jones just had one right at the end. That's an easy putback. Nobody contested it. Can't get it to go.
4 minutes even left to play. Dent with the ball on his right hip. Now takes the dribble. Double team coming. He drives, throws down low. Junior Joseph got it and banks it home. 7-point lead for New Mexico.
Incredible play by Donovan Dent. Just manipulating the defense and then finding a small hole to pass it through to Junior Joseph.
Not quite desperation time, but it's getting urgent for Marquette. Jones tries to throw a baseline bounce pass, and it's stolen away. This game in the hands of New Mexico now with 3:30 to go and a 7-point lead.
This feels like a big possession, a big defensive stop for Marquette. Timeout looming.
Dent picked up at half court by Lowry. Now he throws to the corner. Washington a 3. Got it! Drew Washington buries a three. That could be a dagger. They're saying it's a two. 67-58. Biggest lead of the ball game now for New Mexico. Right corner, Jones wants a three and answers right back. And a quick timeout for Shaka Smart as his team is back within 6 with under 3 left to play.
New Mexico looking tired on the floor defensively. They were chasing the play the entire possession. Cam Jones, nice to get him going. They're going to need him down this stretch.
Timeout on the floor. It has been a good one. 2:56 left to play. New Mexico is a 10 seed trying to survive and advance. They lead Marquette 67-61. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure with great deals on our legendary Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs, like the Grand Cherokee 4xE, our most capable Grand Cherokee ever, the Jeep Wrangler 4xE, our most capable Wrangler ever, or the Jeep Compass, our most affordable SUV. Hurry in for an exceptional offer during the Jeep Celebration event and let the adventure of a lifetime begin. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Without maintenance teams behind the scenes, everything stops. Even the game. Lights, broadcast equipment, cooling, you ensure the assets that matter most work. MaintainX was built for professionals like you. A modern maintenance app that helps manage work orders, schedule maintenance, and track inventory. So keep the madness on the court, not in your operations. Try MaintainX free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain in the letter X.com/MVP.
The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure. Hurry in for an exceptional offer on Jeep's Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs and let the ride of a lifetime begin. 2:56 to play, 67-61. The Lobos of New Mexico trying to advance, trying to get a tournament win, trying to win a tournament game for the first time since 2012 when they beat Long Beach State in the first round.
I mentioned how important the last offensive possession for New Mexico was. They hit a three, but then they came down, seemed tired on the defensive end, chased it for the entire play. And Cam Jones hits a corner three, leading to the timeout by Shaka Smart. This becomes another important offensive possession and an important defensive stop opportunity for Marquette, because 6 points all of a sudden feels like a 10-15 point lead as tightly contested as this one's been.
Inbound is to Dent. 6 point game, 67-61.
Also look at free throw shooting, 12 of 13 for New Mexico. They made a lot of free throws and they can win it down the stretch with free throw shots.
Marquette not in fouling territory yet, but Dent is bleeding a lot of clock just inside half court, picked up by Chase Ross. With the dribble, driving into the lane. His shot is up. It's no good. He missed on the scoop. Gold down with a rebound for Marquette. Here come the Golden Eagles. Jones firing to the corner. Joplin had it knocked out of his hands over the end line. It'll stay the Golden Eagles' way with an inbound and 2:24 left to play.
Dent with a somewhat high-flying, creative attempt to finish, but just couldn't get it to go. He's going to have to earn a trip to the free throw line and get his body in and create contact.
Jones keys the inbound for the baseline far side. Gets it in for Gold. Gold Left to the top of the circle, back to Jones. That's where they want the ball. He throws back to Gold. Set for a three. Shot no good. Amsil down with a rebound for New Mexico.
Bit of a missed opportunity. Got a great look, but again, Ben Gold's been out for so long with the 4 fouls.
And Dent's going to dribble clock away again, just inside half court. We're going to cross 2 minutes left to go in this possession. 6-point lead for the Lobos. Shot clock down to 8. And Dent gets a double team. Got to throw through it somehow. Tries to get away with it, and he is fouled as he tries to cut the defenders in two. The foul is on Gold. He is just fouled out of the ball game. And Dent, with 1:48 left to go, is going to the line now for a 1-and-1 for New Mexico.
As much as he earned that foul, he's got to be even stronger here down the stretch. I mean, no question it's a foul on Ben Gold. But he's really got to be stronger with the basketball value. Every single possession here gets a little loose. As cool and calm as he is, sometimes he's a little too cool and calm.
As noted by the fact that in a night where he has 18 points, he also has 8 turnovers on the night, one shy of his career high. Welcome those of you just joining us across our network. We have had a competitive, tight ball game, and it's remained that way throughout. New Mexico, a 6-point lead, 67-61 over Marquette. 1:48 left to play. The Golden Eagles are 1 for their last 7 from the floor, and that's how New Mexico has taken this tight game and opened up a 6-point edge.
Say the Cleveland site has had 3 competitive games. Really holding it down over here. It's been tightly contested. Even Alabama was pushed really to the limit.
By Robert Morris School in our first game today. Here's Dent from the line. His free throw is good. 19 points, perfect 5 for 5 from the stripe for the Mountain West Player of the Year. One more try coming. It's up. It's good.
14 of 15 from the free throw line. That's significant.
And this is a 12-3 run that's given them an 8-point lead. Time getting short for Marquette. Parham set for a 3. Freshman misses. Tapped rebound is controlled by New Mexico. It was saved in by Chase Ross, but New Mexico wins the race to the loose ball. And Dent picking up the dribble. Got to get a timeout. He was in trouble. His footwork was wrong. He barely had the ball. And Richard Pitino wisely preserves the possession with a timeout call and just 1:27 left to play. Tonight's broadcast of the 2025 NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited.
If I'm Richard Pitino in that huddle right now, there's a million things you want to discuss, but one of them is Donovan Dent. If we get the ball, go get it. That was a bad possession that led to a timeout that they didn't really need to take, but Amsil was dribbling the ball up the court, nothing happening. Donovan Dent got it in a bad spot on the floor, had to call timeout. He's got to go get the basketball. He's the most important guy on the floor. He's the most trustworthy handling the basketball, regardless of the turnovers, and he's making free throws. He's got to have the ball in his hands.
Flip side in a 3-possession game with 1:27 to go, Marquette, which forces 15 turnovers a game and has forced 13 in this one, is going to need at least 2 more than likely, to have a chance to win it. Off the inbound, Junior Joseph has the ball, back to Dent. Dent dribbling through the defense, and he is fouled by Parham with 1:22 to go. Marquette in a position right now where they're going to try to extend this game as long as they can, but they've got a very good free throw shooter they just put on the line.
Dent was in a tough spot there, close to us, corner of the sideline and half court. Could have been a trap situation, but he's so crafty. The way he just turns his body, he's got a nice little wiggle, was able to dribble out of the trap.
Dent's free throw is good. From Riverside, California. It's a little bit of a minority to be on this team because you've got Serbia, Finland, Nigeria, Toronto, Tanzania, Guinea, and Waxahachie, but that's actually in Texas. Second free throw, no good. 70-61, 9-point ball game. 1:15 left to go. Jones, no time to waste. And he drives and hits the left-handed layup from the right side. 70-63, 7-point game. Deck slides it ahead into the hands of Washington. Do they foul him? Jones did with 59.7 to go. And True Washington, who's just a 63% shooter, will go to the line right now. But that is foul number 10. So the rest of the way, it's a 2-shot foul for New Mexico.
Key to have good ball handlers on the floor so you can dribble it out.
True Washington, 10 points, 5 boards, and an assist tonight. And the left-hander at the free throw line fires and hits. He rattles it home. First free throw attempt of the night.
It's interesting to see what Marquette was doing defensively. They were bringing most of their defenders from behind, trying to set up the trap, knowing that New Mexico's not going to push it down and take a quick score if they had it.
Next one is on the way, and that one is good. 72-63. Time running out for Marquette here in Cleveland. 52 seconds to go. Joplin, a long three. It's no good. Washington got the rebound. And right now, Marquette looks like they're just going to play it out. They're trying for a double team and a steal. And finally, they get a foul call, but there's only 37.7 left to go. No, they got a timeout before a foul call. No, they did call the foul. They called the timeout before the foul happened. So they'll preserve the possession, not yet go to the line. Timeout on the floor, 37.7 to go, 72-63. The Lobos on the verge of advancing. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Buying a home used to feel like a complete headache. Listings here, pre-approval there, financing somewhere else. Now, Rocket is giving every home one address. Rocket.com. A single seamless homeownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, and refinance your home. Everything you need, all under one roof. Visit Rocket.com, the new home for all things homeownership. Rocket. Own the dream.
To clarify, before we went away, there was indeed a foul call on Chase Ross, and then New Mexico used their final timeout to set things up. Now, if there was a foul call, why aren't there free throws happening? They're set up for an inbound. That's what I thought. It looked like a foul call. The official scorer thinks it was a foul call. The officials don't. The timeout came before the foul was committed. So New Mexico is going to inbound. No timeouts left. Washington trying to key the inbound. And he does get it in, and it's an easy two on a cut to the basket for C.J. Nolan. Quickly into the forecourt, and Nolan, for some reason, fouls Chase Ross with 31.7 to go and an 11-point lead.
They have fouls to give, which is surprising at this point. Marquette with 10. Now 4 on the board, I guess 5 on the board for New Mexico. So they can extend this game out or at least slow down the attack from Marquette with another foul.
Me, I just make that clock run as much as I can.
Yeah, I think so.
Ross bounces it into Jones. Jones. Back out to Joplin. Long three-pointer. Joplin drains it. He has been marvelous tonight. 28 points. But it looks like it's not going to be enough. Marquette down by 8. Quick foul after the inbound to Mustafa Amsil.
So I would save my fouls to give if it got tight.
But one thing New Mexico has done here tonight is hit their free throws. 17 for 19 from the line. And that is helping them put this game away shot by shot. Amsil's free throw is no good.
You look at the performance of David Joplin for Marquette, though. 28 points on the night, 9 of 15, 6 of 10 from the three-point line. He's been terrific, and without that performance, it's not a close game.
Second one is good. 75-66, 9-point game. And some backcourt pressure now from New Mexico trying to slow down Marquette. Just 20 seconds left, though, in a 3-possession game. It's almost impossible. Jones, deep three ball. Rounded out, no good. Rebound grabbed, and Stevie Mitchell saved it by throwing it back off Washington. He ended up collapsing in a heap over the photographers just beyond the baseline. Marquette will keep it, but just 9.8 seconds to go.
That's become the new popular play as you're going out of bounds. Just absolutely wind up and ping it off of an opponent.
New Mexico made it last year. Back-to-back tournament appearances for the first time in over a decade. And Marquette throws away the inbound with 9.8 to go. You got to imagine you call off the dogs right now, roll it out. Yep, Shaka Smart just looked at his team and said no foul. It is going to be inbounded to the hands of Dent, and Dent, slapping hands with Omsio in the backcourt, will just dribble the clock away. The Lobos of New Mexico, their first NCAA tournament win since 2012. 75-66 over Marquette. The number 10 seed in the South region pulls the upset, and they advance to Sunday here in Cleveland.
It's an impressive performance from New Mexico. There were times in this game where you felt as if Marquette was going to take over and then pull away. We never really got to see all of Cam Jones. I think we got to see glimpses of how good Donovan Dent is. The performance from David Joplin to keep him in this game was remarkable. Actually, Donovan Dent, 21 points on the night. The 8 turnovers, a major concern. 6 assists, influential. But this is a very good New Mexico team. I think Richard Pitino's on to something here. And whoever they get next, I think both teams were here watching. And I think both teams were impressed with what they saw.
First time a